Ladies and gentlemen, we're in the closet.
He's back.
I'm back. What a freaking trip.
He is back. I'm so happy.
That's nice.
I did my first ever podcast while you were gone, you know?
Yes, I do.
Explaining to the people where you were and why I was alone.
I know, I hated you were here.
So, if you haven't listened to that one, go listen to the episode before this one.
And it is going to be titled what?
I don't know. I think it's like Ange Talks Football and Fitness or something like that.
Yeah, Ange Talks Fantasy Football and Fitness.
Right. Because this one will make more sense if you
And
listen
this
to
one
that
will
one
be
first.
Talking Fantasy Football and Fitness Part Due, maybe? I don't know.
Part due?
I'm
Part
tired. I'm very tired. We're filming. No, we're recording this now because I'm running on freaking fumes.
Jeff, he left. He left. When did you leave? Saturday morning at 6:30 a.m. Got
Right.
back Sunday evening at 7:30 p.m.
Correct.
So 36 out. Very quick trip. You were on
Yes.
the road more than you were actually at your fantasy football event.
Correct.
Right. But you had a good
It's
time.
a long night.
But you had a good time, right?
I always have a good time. It's one of the best things I do every year with my boys.
Well, as I said in my last podcast, I don't ask questions. I don't know what he did.
It's been an agreement for a long time, and it's just, it's one of those things. If you want to ask questions,
That's okay. I don't want to know. He'll pay me back one way, shape, or form.
I will.
One day.
Yeah, hey.
I don't know. One day.
you go do you.
You give me somebody to go do me with, and I will. I don't have a girl squad.
Well, put you one together. I don't have a girl squad either.
No, but you have a guy squad.
I know. I have a guy squad, but my guy squad's all the way down in Atlanta.
But you still go with them at least once a year.
And I keep up with them. They're my boys.
I have a
I
lot.
have the core group.
I have a lot of girls that I love dearly and that we're friends, but none of us take initiative to actually put something together and go with it. It's not that we don't like each other. It's not that we don't get along. It's not that I don't have friends. It's just that I don't have that solid group that you guys have. That, you have that group chat all the time. Even when it's not fantasy football league, y'all are still communicating. You do beer checks and send pictures or something like that. I don't have that with any girls. I gotta fix that.
You do. I think girls have it a little tougher. Moms, because all the responsibility and the charge you guys take, to
Right.
keep everything together and organize everything, and just kind of, but you need to relinquish that control a little bit because I'm capable of helping you out.
Dude, I know you are. I know, but it's just me taking initiative, and that's what I don't do. But anyway.
It's hard. It was hard. It's hard for me, especially when you ended up not going. I was like, man, this really sucks.
I know, because it's kind of
a
our
lot
trip.
harder when you don't go. And this one was like the marathon trip because, even if you would have gone, it would have been a crazy trip because I forgot that my conference is this week. And that's crazy enough as it is all the way Tuesday through Friday.
Well, it was last week.
Well, that's what I mean, but last week. But I
Right.
could, usually we want to go Thursday night or
Yeah.
early Friday, which that couldn't happen this year, and that would have sucked.
But we would have stayed our butts there till Monday.
Probably.
I don't go for just one night. I'm not going all that way for one night.
I would
You
not
forget that.
recommend it. I don't know that I'll ever go
You
again
can
for one night.
seriously,
If I did
man.
it again, I might be like, okay, I'm going to stay for another night just to recover.
Yeah, that's too
before I
much.
drive because it was awful today driving home. But it was worth it, and you talk to the people about my fantasy football, how it works, because this is epic. This our draft now. This league, just to give you a background, because everybody I know is very interested, and people out there I know they're in a fantasy football league, but this league was created in 2005.
So wait, was I far off on my, what did I say, 10 years? I was a little bit off.
You're a little bit off,
Okay.
but it's not, because I'll get to that.
Okay.
So the infancy was 2005, and it was a very small group. And there were people. We were taking our big old laptops into what was that? What's the place with 100 and some beers on taps? We used Taco Mac.
Oh, Taco Mac.
Down in Atlanta. We go there with our big old laptops and get a little room off the side, and we try to get our Wi-Fi hooked up and get stuff going. And we would do that with a core group of us. Then some guys would call their picks in. And it evolved from that year being like maybe 8 players. And that's me and my 2 brothers. And then like 2009 is when it got really like we started getting really serious. Like it was we're having a draft and we're going to be out. So starting in 2009, it was like we're getting a hotel somewhere. We're going to start off with having a contest, whether it in drinking, whether it be cornhole or something like that. But usually it was over at that tavern. They had all that outdoor stuff kind of in the parking lot. Yep. And we would go there and we'd eat and we'd drink and we'd hang out and we'd do that and we'd set the draft order and then we'd set up a board and we'd start drafting. And then it just every year it evolved to where now it's like we start at 3. This year we didn't do a party bus. But if we're going to anywhere before, like to set the draft order, like we went to that arcade bar.
I know.
Which was super cool. And then we had like a bracket like you do for March Madness. And it had like me versus somebody. And if I win that, I moved to the next round. And they had all these old school arcades games. And you were matched up against somebody. If you win, you move to the next round. And then the next round. And then after that, jump back on the party bus. We go over to the place we've been doing it the last couple years is awesome because we had it at this other bar where they had a nice back room. And what they did is for some reason, to make more space, they knocked down the wall to the back room. So it's not really a back room anymore. So you had to find a new spot. So now we do it at a speakeasy. And we rent out the speakeasy section of it. So basically there's this place in Atlanta that you pull up out front. It's this barbecue joint. Well, that's the barbecue joint. If you roll around the back where the dumpsters are, there's a back door where it looks like that's
Sounds
where they
sketchy.
You knock on the door, you go in, and it is a pimped out.
Is it a secret knock? Just tell me it's a secret knock, just to make it more fun.
It's a secret knock.
Okay.
You go in there, and it's like this sweet speakeasy with a nice bar, some tables, and we cater in like tacos and stuff like that. So like this year we got over there, we got set up, get music going, get some drinks. We have to do the draft order game, which this year it was a Flip Cup tournament. So we played Flip Cup, and then after you do the Flip Cup, this might be getting boring.
Well, wait, what pick did you get?
I ended up with the 7th pick, which was perfect. I wanted to be 4
through 8. Because you don't want to be first, right?
You don't want to be first, and you don't want to be last.
You don't want to be first.
I mean,
I've learned
last
this.
Not too bad. But I mean, I like to be between 4 and 8 personally.
You got your sweet spot then.
I hit my sweet spot. But here's how that works, okay? So that we do that in groups of 4. So we had the newbies.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, they're 4 guys because there's 12 of us. And then we had the Gorillas, which is a group I'm in. And then we had the Dragons, which is another group. And these we have battles all year.
Gorillas and Dragons, I don't get it.
You'll never get it.
What's the difference?
Well, a dragon spits fire, and a gorilla runs around and does whatever he wants because he's a gorilla.
So a dragon is somebody who talks crap?
We all talk crap. We just have labeled ourselves. But anyway, it's not important.
It actually is fascinating. I don't understand the difference.
Because we always have our group chat, and we started an alliance that's the Gorillas like 2 or 3 years ago. And it's like me and Jonathan and Joe and Nathan.
Okay.
And then Jay and Marty, and they started spitting, like throwing dragons on there, like, and we talk so much crap back and forth. So much crap.
You had trap.
So much crap. And then when people come on, we have recruiting wars, like our newbies coming on.
All right, I get it now.
Be on which fraternity they want to be in. The Gorillas or the Dragons.
I didn't know that part. I talked about that last night.
Yeah, I don't even know if I really should be disclosing it.
I know, that's what honestly. I'm saying. I was afraid I was like a little nervous.
No, it's okay. It's okay. But anyway, so the first group, the newbies, have to, and what you do is the Flip Cup is you got 4 people lined up, and so you know how it works. There's beer in the cup.
Well, honey, the people know what Flip Cup is, and I do too. We don't.
So they chug it. They got to.
Yeah, we know.
And then the next guy goes.
This
all
is
right,
not
a
new game. You all did not invent this game. I don't know what your commissioner told you, but you didn't invent Flip Cup. It's a thing.
I was explaining it to those out there that might have flipped a cup or not flipped a cup.
But everybody knows what Flip Cup is. Okay, continue.
Sorry about that,
That's
everybody.
Okay.
I'm freaking tired. So, the first 1 through 4, the newbies got.
Okay.
4 through 8, we got. Well, here's what happens. What happens next is you go with your group over to the bar, and you got the horse racing game. You know what that game is?
I do.
How's that work then? Explain that to us.
Is it
with the deck of cards? How's this work?
Oh, no, I don't know that one.
Because I was going to be shocked if you've
No,
ever
I don't
seen
know
it.
that one.
Okay. Well, basically, you lay out so many cards. I can't remember if it's 10, but it's just a mark. And then you take the 4 and you open the deck up, and I'll pick one. And the 4 of us in our group will pick one. And I'm spades, he's diamonds, and you lay them out. And then you take the rest of the deck, shuffle it, and you pull it out and throw it down. And whoever's a spade, if a spade comes out, spade goes. So whoever gets to the end first gets
Very
1.
interesting.
Next to the end, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
Basically, I ended up 7th. And we take breaks in between like every 2 rounds, I think it is. And there's like a penalty clock. Like you only have 30 seconds to make your pick.
See, I told y'all it was very intricate. I tried to tell that.
And if the timer goes off, you have to do a shot. If you pick something, if you pick a guy that's already been picked, you have to do a shot.
Oh gosh.
And we took forever this year.
Who pays for these shots? Do
It's
you have
paid-
to pay for your own?
No, the night's been paid for.
So you prepay. It's an all-inclusive night?
It's all inclusive. I didn't get out my card all night. I haven't paid for anything except
Thank
gas.
goodness. I was a little I'm over here sweating.
No, we pay
Like, I know
we
our
pay
budget,
dues
and I'm
every
like,
quarter.
Dude, you better not mess up.
We pay dues every quarter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that part.
So it doesn't kill you. Or you can pay all at once, but it's due by, I think the first dues are due by August 1st.
How much is
and
it?
the
Can you tell
second
me this?
dues are August 15th. No, I'm not going to talk about it.
Why?
It's a couple $100 over the year
Oh, that's not
per
bad.
person.
That's not bad, though.
But if you break it up, it's not that bad. I think and if you get a hotel, it's another $100.
But I don't even think $300 or $400 over the whole year is that bad.
It's not, and it comes to about probably $350, $400 a person over the whole year.
By the way, I need to get my hair done this week.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Just remember that.
I'll try.
I stayed here by myself.
Anyway,
I didn't get to go.
I remember this.
So anyway. The horse race, you got 7th pick, and
Out of our group, and so then we start the draft, and then they bring out, there's tacos, there's an open bar.
And this is all paid for.
It's all paid for,
This
man.
is great.
Nasty Nate was made to be a party planner. He became our party planning
Did he miss
head.
his calling?
He did.
What's he do for a living?
He is a financial advisor for a large firm.
Oh, so he's
in
very
Atlanta.
meticulous and very
He's
organized.
very big. I mean, he is all over it, and he negotiates it. Like, he gets the hotels. He works
That's
through people
great.
all year. Like, he gets all this stuff done really early, so it's a lot cheaper.
Can I just say, doesn't his wife probably help him? Because doesn't she do that kind of thing?
Maybe.
Yeah. I just need to plug her for a second.
Anyway, I give all credit to Nathan.
I'm sorry.
Nate
No, that's
the man.
great. I mean, like, I didn't know that you all prepaid that. Like, in my mind, you've been doing this for 13, 14 years. I didn't even realize that. I just thought you saved up money and
we did in the early days,
use your
but then we
card.
realized that, okay, if we do, like, say $100 for the dues that goes towards the winnings for 12 guys, that's $1,200.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
And then if you do another, say, $200 throughout the year, that's another 24. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
So you've got all those guys paying in, and he's an investment guy, so he's probably investing it.
And two, though, if you didn't pay in advance or break it up through if you had to just like take your money and pay for it that night, some people might not be able to go because you might have circumstances in your life where you're like, I don't have an extra $400 right now.
Oh gosh,
so
yeah.
since you break it up over the year, or you know what I mean, that makes it doable for people.
Well, it has to be due, and it can be paid by PayPal or any of those things.
Right.
It's due, or you don't have a spot by August 1st.
By August so
Yes, you can You can send it to Nate throughout
So
the
it's
year
almost
and
last
whatever you
minute.
want.
Yeah.
But August 1st is you got to.
So you just kind of pay into it as much as you can, as long as it's due
Yeah,
by-
I just PayPal money when
That's
I get
great.
paid every once in a while.
That's really actually pretty
And I keep
good.
a tab. And here's the deal for me. I've been in the money many, many years, so a lot of times I'll just tell them to hang on to it.
Oh, so the winnings that you get from playing,
Because you
just
win money
reinvest it
if you're in the
into-
top 3.
Right. And I told them last night you're pretty good.
I'm amazing.
Who got that hideous trophy last year?
Jonathan had it 2 years in a row, and then this year he had to present it to the guy who won last year.
Okay.
Who was Nate finally. He's never won.
The commissioner's never won?
He's not the commissioner.
Oh.
Nate is the party planning
I'm
guy.
so sorry. I knew there was a commissioner. I told you all there was a party planner.
Commissioners serve 2-year terms.
Oh, my word.
And Joe is in his 2nd-year term.
So it's up for grabs after this year.
I don't want it again. I've done my 2-year term. I don't want to ever do it again. It's too much.
This is very intricate and very interesting.
It is so much fun. It's so much fun, and it's so competitive.
Because, I mean, there are so many people who play in fantasy football. And I'm sure there's some that are intricate like this, but I'm sure not many. I mean, this is kind of a big deal.
It's a huge deal.
So so you've made your picks. Now you all got your team. I told them there was a whiteboard. You all used stickers this year instead of a pen.
It was awesome. Yeah, I was much more organized with that part of it.
He showed me a picture of it before we started this podcast, and it was...
We'll post one on Instagram.
It was fascinating. It was color-coded and all time. Good job, guys.
Yeah, we're getting it. Yeah. We're starting to figure this out.
After 15 years. I don't know how many years, but...
It's been a while. It's like a tradition. It continues to grow, and... it's a lot of fun. And I did make a mistake.
Oh, gosh.
No, it's not. I picked a guy somehow that already been picked.
Oh, no.
You know, so I have to do a shot.
Of what?
Oh, I didn't know. I just said whatever. Like, they're like, bring him a shot.
Do that.
Well, I didn't even have time to speak. So one of the new guys sets it in front of me, and of course I just shot it. And he was like,
"What was it?"
Dude, I totally have a lot of respect for you. Your face didn't change at all.
What was it?
And I was like, that's pretty good. He was like, I asked the bartender to get the nastiest, hardest stuff. He said, what was that stuff? And he said what it was. He said it's like 150 proof.
Oh.
Something. I was like, it's pretty good. I said, but I guess I'm going to be drinking water for a little bit.
Wow.
So it was strong. But I took a picture of the bottle. But
oh my goodness.
But then once we got done with that, we had to we only had that place for a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
And Nasty Nate's on it because about right at the time we have to leave, a bunch of boxes of Domino's show up.
Oh my gosh.
Pizza. So we're out, in the parking lot waiting on our Uber SUVs to come and get us.
Like an entourage.
Like an entourage, yep.
Entourage of SUVs with these crazy guys in their fantasy football league.
Yes, several middle-aged.
I feel like that. Well, I mean, I wouldn't be allowed to do it, but I would really love to. Somebody, I know I can't because I'm a female, but someone needs to tag along and document this, like a video, do a video because it is actually fascinating.
There's no phones. There's no videoing.
Why?
Because it's. Well, I guess there is.
But
There's
I mean,
some video.
not you guys videoing.
Oh, I'm talking about during the draft.
I'm talking about somebody. Okay, fine. So the videographer's they're in there doing their thing. They're doing their draft. I'm not allowed in. But somebody needs to document this night because it truly is. It's pretty good.
It's etched in history in our minds forever.
It really is. Well, I'm glad you had fun. I'm glad you have a decent team. Now I'm going to be single. Or I told him last night. It's like you're cheating on me sometimes with fantasy football. I don't care. I'm not one of those wives that get mad about it. But it's just funny because I look over and it's like he's just texting away, or he's all into his phone all the time.
What are you smirking at? What are you laughing at?
Yeah, and I'm like, he's over there smirking at his. I'm like, who are you talking to? My league.
I'm you know what I mean? Don't worry about it.
I'm like, oh, just forget it. And he's snapping pictures of his beer can, and they're just real cute. I mean, it is what it is. But no, he leaves me for a minute because he's all into getting his. You do a lineup, right? Is it on Sundays? Was I right?
Yeah, you have to set your lineup before noon. Well, before 1 o'clock. Before 1 o'clock, and it's sometimes it's agonizing because you got injury reports to check out. You got to deal with guys to put them on the bench or play them, and you got to deal with. There's a lot that goes into it.
I know this because you're sometimes very what's the word I'm searching for? Short with me on Sunday mornings. I'm like, what is your problem? I gotta get my lineup. I have injuries. I have people on the injury list, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Well, I've had a couple really bad years the last 2 years, so
Yeah, when's the last time you won?
2012. I won 2011 and 12.
You
2011,
are due.
12.
Not that I told him last night, which I think you listened to this podcast.
I did.
I told him about this trophy.
Nobody's got their name on it more than me.
Jeff's name is on it more, and I didn't remember what the trophy was called, and I didn't remember if I was allowed to say it. I'm always afraid.
There's no real name to it.
I'm afraid I'm going to screw this up, but like it is seriously the ugliest trophy.
That trophy is glorious.
It's glorious to you, but it's sore to the eye.
I haven't chugged a beer because when you get it in the presentation, you have to chug a beer out of it.
Get that.
So,
hopefully,
Jonathan poured the beer out of it, and Nate had to chug it down.
Did it go all over his face?
I'm the first one to ever chug beer out of that thing because I'm the first one that ever held the trophy, which was 2009.
Or is it just nostalgic to not?
No, you clean that thing out.
I think you should not. I think it should just be the stank should be in there from last year.
That's disgusting.
I know.
You need to clean it up. You need to wax it before you bring it back.
Oh my gosh!
You have to have that thing looking pristine.
Dude, you can't.
And I'm going to get it next year. I'm going to bring it home and I'm going to post it up like somewhere when you come in our front door.
No, I told you already. I told them last night. It will not go anywhere. There's a few places it can go. It can go right here in this closet, right here on this table, and we can look at it every night when we do our podcast.
Inspiration.
Right?
It's amazing how good it makes you feel to have that trophy.
I know, and I'm very proud of you for it. I am. Because I know how much it means to you. But it's ugly as shit, and it can't go in our house anywhere where people can see it.
Huh.
Can we talk to who's in charge of this? The commissioner?
We can't talk to anybody.
Can you talk to him and ask if you could get, like, instead of like gold plated, like could it be silver or something a little prettier? Like, that's ugly. It's going to run out of room. You're going to have to get a new one soon.
We talked about that. We have one more spot on it. So this year's going to go in it, and then we're going to have to get a new one, or we can add a big block underneath.
No. Oh, dear Lord.
And make it even bigger.
No. Here's your time. Here's your moment to make it a little more appealing to the eyes for the wives that have to endure all this crap throughout the year. Make it pretty.
I don't know about that. I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't think it's going to happen either.
I'm trying to think what else. I'm so out of it because it's it was such a crazy whirlwind of a
it was
night, day.
And the sucky thing is you get back on Sunday and now you got to go to work tomorrow.
I know, man. I thought about that. I thought, it's still summer, right? I'll be able to just sleep till when I want to get up tomorrow.
No, you got to get up.
Got to get up.
So, while you were gone, I thought I was going to have all this time because I thought, okay, well, I don't get to go with him and have my 24 hours of freedom. Mm-hmm. So I'll just treat it like I'm there, but I'm actually home. What was I thinking? I don't even know what I was thinking. I've got 4 kids. So I had to get up on Saturday. I had to clean up cat puke. And that's Runyon's job. Okay? Because I don't deal with animal puke. Okay? I just don't. So I go down the kitchen. I'm getting ready to leave for work. There's cat puke everywhere. And Jeff's not here to clean it up. Then I had to go to work. Then I had to come home. And normally we work out together. I worked out alone. Then we come home. And usually we clean the house together. Jeff has his stuff that he does cleaning. I have my stuff that I do. There was no Jeff. So it was all me, which is fine.
I'm the puke guy.
Then I had all of the kids I had to take care of.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff always helps me with dinner. You always do half the cooking. I still provided our children with a decent meal. You would have been proud. And it was really cute, though, because I get to the point of night where I'm getting ready to settle in. Like, it was like 8 o'clock at night. All my friends were at girls' night out, and I wasn't, which is fine, too. I came in here to do the podcast, and it was the cutest thing. My daughter, Brooke, and her boyfriend were here, and they knew that I was alone, and they knew that I would be bored. And so I'm doing the podcast. In the middle of the podcast, which you probably can hear it on the podcast, there's a knock on the door, so I have to stop it. And I go out, and it's Brooke and Gary standing there. And it's this, oh my gosh, it melted my heart. She said, "Hey, Mom, we were in the garage, and we found one of my baby boxes. Do you want to look through it with us?" And I was like,
that's awesome.
My heart. So we sat, all 3 of us sat on my bed, and we went through all these, like, it was the hospital documents and like her little footprint and the People's magazine that I read on her, when I was delivering ultrasound pictures, and like her and Gary were looking through it. We were all having fun. Then that led to getting photo albums out. We looked through photo albums, and she pointed out that I have way more photo albums of Maddie than I do of her, of course, because she's the middle child, so of course she's going to do this. Which we all know. Your first baby, you
go overboard.
Oh dear Lord!
Right.
How many pictures of them sleeping do you really need?
Not many.
Well, we have 4 albums.
What?
We have 4 albums of Maddie pretty much sleeping.
Oh my gosh!
And with Brooke, we only have So she pointed that out. So then Brooke and Gary leave, and Maddie comes home from work, feeling sorry for me too, and she's like, Mom, I'll hang out with you for a while. So she wants to look at pictures, so I sit with her for 45 minutes. Before I know it, it's 10:30, and I gotta finish this podcast, right? So 2 glasses of wine later, which is probably by the end of it, I don't know, I finished that. Well then, Sunday is a whole new day and a whole new chaos without you, so whatever. But my point is, I did not have any free time like I thought I did. I was gonna go visit the new Starbucks. I was like, Runyon, I'm going to go visit the new Starbucks. I'm going to be the first one in our family to go. Are you kidding me?
No chance.
No chance. So I had a good weekend. I missed you. I had a fine weekend, but there was 0 relaxation in it.
I'm sorry.
And I slept like crap.
I slept terrible.
Because I had a text come in at 4 something from our other daughter, and she's dealing with a breakup.
Oh, yeah.
And there was boohoo, screaming, crying, woke up the whole house. Right. So I dealt with that as well. So
that's awesome.
I'm glad you're home.
I'm so glad I wasn't here for that.
I know. I bless her poor little heart.
I know.
I love her.
Love her to death.
Thank you. But we're glad you're back. You were missed.
I'm so glad I'm back, and thank you for being so awesome.
Oh well, I do what I can.
Don't give me crap. Let me have my minute.
I don't give you crap.
I know it's nice, man. It's nice to be able just not to go and not be stressed about it.
Well, I mean, we've been together how long?
A little while.
Yeah. I mean, if you really are going to blow our relationship on one night, then
that's right. I would never do that.
So I don't even worry about it.
Thank you.
It is what it is. But anyway,
I just want to be with my boys.
Right.
I live with all these women, man. I just want a night out with the dudes.
Well, wasn't there, before we go, wasn't there one year there was a fight that broke out?
Yeah, there's been some stuff that's happened. There's been some drama.
But I thought one year was pretty bad.
Somebody
that's not in the league anymore. He was like a new guy or something.
Oh, yeah.
That was bad. It was like almost a fist fight, right? And you had to get in his face because he came at your brother or something. Yeah,
I got in his face. It ended up okay, but that just happens. A bunch of testosterone,
especially when you're drinking.
Guys, testosterone. It's 2 a.m. Somebody does something stupid.
You're drinking. Is he still in the league?
No, he was out that year.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, no, he played out that year, and that was it for him.
Yeah.
We've had a few casualties, but we've had the same core. My boys the same core group since 2005, like me and Nate and Jonathan and Jay and Mo was in it back then. He was out for a few years, but he's back in. He flew in from Houston. And then we had a guy that flew in from Florida.
Okay, so you're not the only one that travels for this.
No, you have to be there. You're not in.
Yeah. But it's always in Atlanta, which I think sucks because now if you have people from Houston, you have people from Florida, you're from West Virginia, I'm thinking that it should not always be in Atlanta. I think that now that there's people outside of the Georgia area, it's time to take it on the road.
They would probably do that.
But
we have kind of a routine.
I understand.
And a setup.
I understand that Nate's the massive party planner, and it might be a little bit harder for him to plan these parties in another city.
If we told Nate we wanted to go, it's just a lot of these guys are ballers. They'd be like, all right, let's put in another $200 a year, $400 a year, and let's go to freaking New Orleans next year. And let's go.
No, I don't mean travel there. I mean travel to people because you have traveled now for how many years there?
Nobody's going to do that. That's where the core group goes, is to Atlanta. That's where it's all been out of. They can't help that I moved.
Well,
they don't have to change the whole. The majority of people are there. Out of 12, 9 of them live there in Atlanta.
Well, okay, that's fine.
You know what I mean? And if we moved it somewhere else, that would mean it'd be so much harder for everybody to get together. It's much easier for 3 guys to go there than for 9 guys to go somewhere else.
Yeah, I guess, but at the same time, you've been doing it for so long.
Right.
But anyway.
But I want to be in the league, and I moved.
It is what it is.
Right.
All right. Well, glad you're back. glad you.
I'm gonna go analyze my team, man. I'm gonna go check my team out. I haven't had a chance to really break it down.
But you should be proud of me that I wasn't far off from my facts last night.
No, I listened. And I was liking it. 2000 last year, that was not the team names you read, by the way.
Okay, so I missed.
Those are now.
Okay.
2018 is right now.
Okay, well, I had that part confused.
So that was good. That's okay. It's good. You did amazing. It was hysterical.
See, I listened.
And it was. You do listen some. It was pretty good. I liked it. I was like, she gets it.
I do. I get
something
it
I'm interested in. Some people think it's stupid. Some people's.
That's all right.
Some of the dudes have to hide it from their wives because their wives think they're stupid and immature. But I'm like,
I don't. I think it's fun.
You don't think I'm stupid and immature. No. I enjoy it. It's what I have that just, a little bit of distraction out there.
Well, it's a hobby. I mean, it's a hobby. It's no different. Hobby. It's no different than any other hobby that any other guy has.
It's a hobby I can do right here.
Right.
Except for the draft night.
Right.
They did have boat day today, which I just couldn't stay for that because of work.
That sucks.
But we have the draft, and then this year they started the tradition because 2 of the guys have boats, so they're on Lake Lanier all day today.
Ooh,
kind of just recovery day on the water.
Maybe next year. Maybe 1 year the day after the draft, you could have like couples day, and we could all get together.
It's never gonna happen. Let's have a league picnic.
All right.
I just told you some of the women don't even like it.
Okay.
They don't like it that this distracts them. They don't like it that their husbands are on their phones. They don't like it that they think it's stupid. Some women get jealous, especially the younger guys.
Yeah,
I'm an old guy. I'm the oldest guy, I think.
Yeah. What?
Yeah. Me and Spencer.
I'm sorry. I think that there's one guy there that's older than you.
Oh, yeah, Shaggy.
Yes.
Spencer's ex-stepdad.
No.
Yeah, Spencer's ex-stepdad has been in the league forever. His old name used to be Landline and Pagers, and this guy is awesome. You got to picture this dude. He's so lovable, but he's creepy. He always wears sleeveless shirts, and he has the black shirt he wears every year, and it has a gas tank from empty to full, and it's always on the full, and it says swag meter. And it's on full, swag on full. And then he's got long, hair.
Yes, he reminds me of the
hair.
Cowardly Lion on Wizard of Oz.
He is. That's a good, but it's funny because he brings, he says landlines and pagers because he had a pager. Like, he'll send us a picture on our thing of a pager and a Bud Light and a gun. And then it'll be like, he's like a redneck. And then he comes to fantasy draft, and he has 4 fantasy football magazines all marked up.
Oh my gosh, is that his fantasy football name for his team?
Landlines and Pagers.
Yeah,
it was. I don't know what it is this year.
Are you allowed to tell us before we go? Are you allowed to tell us what your name this year is?
Yeah, my name's been the same name since 2008.
Oh shoot! Now you're gonna quiz me.
It's been the same name since 2008.
What is it? I don't know.
It's what my brothers used to. They
King
call
Geoff?
me. Yeah.
Oh, I knew it.
Because everybody calls me King.
Yeah, but now they call you Hefe.
No, they call me King.
King Hefe.
Well, King, just King usually.
Where did Hefe
They call me Hefe and King. Like, they'll be like Hefe, but they call me like.
So your name
when
is...
I haven't seen them, when they always refer to me really on the strand, and like when we were out last night, they'd always yell King. They'd never say Jeff.
Okay.
They would always that's just what they've called me for the years because I'm the King.
Oh my gosh! So then I'm the Queen.
Yes.
Thank you. All right, that's all we got.
All right.
Peace out.
Have a good night.
King and Queen.